Hey everybody, welcome back to the Feature Crew. Over the last couple weeks, we've had a lot of exciting model releases, and so we wanted to return to our 5 levels series and take a look at how all these different models perform in one challenge. Today, we have a nostalgic challenge. Everybody remembers the original Asteroids arcade games, and so we're going to ask our models to make a modern, sort of first-person, cockpit-centric 3D version of Asteroids, so flying around in space and shooting asteroids, and then we might give them some follow-up prompts to see if they can make the game more complex, exciting, have more of a gameplay loop.
Exciting. We're going to start with the latest and greatest from OpenAI. Well, maybe not greatest, but latest. GPT 4.5.
We honestly are interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a dark horse here.
Curious to see if this holds up.
ChatGPT has a preview mode built in now, so we'll do that right now, and we can see what it created. So there was a bug. So we'll quickly give it an opportunity. It's cool that it realizes the bug, right, and gives us this super easy way of triggering like a multi-turn bug fix request. And so we'll do that right now and see if it's able to fix the bug.
But on initial prompt, we did not get a game.
Unfortunately. Yeah, it just can't handle it.
That's too much 4.5.
Yeah, exactly. So, as Chris was saying earlier, I think like this is where we're giving it a hard challenge because we're about to like wade into a bunch of reasoners that are really good at this kind of stuff. So, super excited to see what they do, and let's dive right into DeepSeek.
All right, DeepSeek, let's see what you got. R1, deep thinking's turned on.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already seeing that we're getting a bunch of those thinking tokens. It's going to take a lot longer to generate an output, but hopefully it's a much better output. That's the dream. I was going to say, so DeepSeek has the Run HTML button as well, so we can try to preview it in situ here, see how that works. We have found that with some of this 3D work that, I stand corrected here, but sometimes the previewers don't handle 3D well. Sometimes we kick off to our own. Okay, we have rocks.
Really lead it. Oh, and wait, did that break up into multiple? Oh, you really got to lead it.
Can you fly?
Let's give it a try. Yep.
Look at that. You got speed, too.
Oh, but it's really hard to hit them. It's got a similar issue. Okay,
oh, yeah, there you go. It did this.
So they do break up into multiple pieces. The mesh for the rocks is actually quite interesting. I'm in this tiny... Real quick, I'm going to open this into a larger view because we have...
We asked for a cockpit.
Yeah. I mean, we might not get the cockpit, but at least we'll get to see it in full screen.
I think that's what that weird tessellation was.
I think that's it, yeah.
It tried.
It's interesting. It breaks the asteroids into multiple.
That's a fast ship, by the way. You can accelerate real quick. But hey, it has acceleration. You can aim. It tried for a cockpit. It seems like the intersection of those triangles, the middle of the screen, is in fact where you're shooting out of, so...
Okay, you can run into them. So there's no consequence to running into the asteroids. You can destroy them, and then it doesn't seem like you can actually destroy the pieces that fly out. But it was cool to see that effect.
But much better showing than 4.5. We expect that with a reasoner, but a really cool baseline to have now of this is doable, right? It's an accomplishable task. DeepSeek did the task, right? It did make an asteroids game. We can fly around. It attempted a very primitive cockpit. We know the task is accomplishable now, and as we expected, reasoners do much better at this. I am curious to see as we move up the reasoner kind of hierarchy, do we start getting even better results?
Yep. So let's take a look at Grok. Think is on. Alrighty, we'll send Grok off.
Grok still with the coolest chain of thought animation.
Mm-hmm. It is actually really cool.
Yeah, so it thought for 73 seconds. It also has a preview button. Again, we'll see if that works all right with 3D or not. We may have to go to our previewer, but...
Yeah, the real question is, how does it handle like the external code, like the libraries?
Yeah, okay. Ooh. Grok.
That's not great.
We have broken ourselves.
Grok, this is unfortunate. We've seen kind of varying performance from Grok in our tests. Like, it's hard to say exactly what we're going to get out of it. And so this isn't the biggest surprise. We've seen inconsistent performance from Grok, so not the biggest surprise, but a little bit disappointing. And now we'll move on to a model that we are sure will able to accomplish this task, which is O3 Mini from OpenAI. And so let's see how it does.
All right, O3 Mini, high effort. Let's see what happens. She be thinking.
Yeah, not the longest file here.
No, and it didn't think very long, so I'm a little suspicious, a little nervous.
A little nervous?
Hey! All right.
Okay, boom. All right, it takes multiple shots, which is actually kind of impressive.
Oh, and you can collide with it. Did it stop you?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
But that would, ooh, okay, so they have varying amounts of health, which is interesting.
A more coherent looking asteroid, I'll give it, but no cockpit. Didn't go for the cockpit.
Didn't go for the cockpit. So I think, with an O3 mini level model, I think this is where we're going to start to give some feedback. We are asking it to really expand the game significantly now that we have a good base to build on and a model that seems like it's handling the base task well. We're asking for the visible cockpit, which was something that was in the prompt and we haven't gotten from any of the models yet, that's kind of surrounding the camera and surrounding the player. And then we're also asking for some gameplay features, right? We're asking for consequences to colliding with asteroids. We're asking for the ship to have speed and inertia. As I was playing, it felt more like Minecraft creative mode, so I would love it to feel more like a flight sim. And then we're also asking for large asteroids that break up, and we're asking for a game loop, wind loss conditions, progressions, like really flush it out. We have a response from O3 Mini High here, and we'll give it a...
Okay. Did we just copy it wrong? Oh, no.
No.
It broke into smaller ones, but no cockpit.
No cockpit.
No UI. No visible score.
Yeah. It's it also didn't really get my comments about the physics that I wanted.
Do you have inertia?
There's inertia, but it's just I wanted it to feel like a flight sim, right?
Hmm.
And right now it feels like I'm skating in 3D. But cool to see that it got the breakup piece.
If we get them all here, do we win?
There's no progression in game loop. Yeah, I thought it would maybe interpret that. We're going to pull out the big guns. We're just kind of giving one of those open-ended, this great prompts. And we're also specifically asking for that cockpit that we've asked for 3 times. We really want that cockpit in view of the camera. All the models have struggled with this. I wonder if it's sort of a LLM limitation. We'll see. We'll see how well it can do. All right. We got a response from O3 Mini High, so let's take an attempt here.
Hey, start game.
So we had asked for a fully shippable game, so it added this sort of end welcome screen, right?
Yeah.
And then you can see the stars, I guess, that it added. Let's give it a start. All right. So the stars, I actually love the stars. I think it did a great job.
Stars are huge.
They're visually consistent with the rest of the game. The asteroids look good. So we asked for progression. There is no
Still
progression.
not getting that.
Let's ask one more time for progression. But it says levels. Is it possible?
All right.
Wait. Is it possible that when we destroy all the asteroids that...
I mean, for a full test. Just speed this up and throw some yakety sax behind it. Okay, moment of truth.
Let's just make sure there are no other ones.
Nope.
So there is new levels. Very in line.
But no, again, no UI. It didn't say, level complete. Good for you.
Should we give it one more chance to add,
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. So we got a response. We're really trying to get it to give us that cockpit, and it just still can't do it. It just cannot do it. Yeah.
Okay. We gave O3 Mini High the college try. Gave it a bunch of chances to add that HUD, add that UI. Just couldn't do that, but it did give us a functional asteroid game. It did have levels, so we're moving up in the world. Our guess is that Claude Sonnet 3.7 will be the best performer here. Let's put that to the test and see what it can do.
Let's do it.
I was going to say, this is by far the longest output we've seen. The rumors may be true. 3.7 Sonnet might be a beast at coding.
Yeah.
Whoa, all right. Hey, look at this.
Whoa.
Got a cockpit. We got stars. We got asteroids. Controls.
The cockpit,
a score.
The cockpit, that's generous. But
it understood it needed one. That's better than any other models.
Yes. Oh, did you see that blue?
Yeah, was that you hitting an asteroid?
I think that was me getting hit.
Well, smash into an asteroid. Let's see if
run into one head on here.
Hey, yeah, health went down to 80. All right, we have a game.
But I didn't get a smash. All right, let's shoot some of these. Breaks into smaller pieces. I love the stars. It looks really nice.
Yeah. No, this is pretty, by far and away, the best implementation.
All right. So this is great. I mean, and this is just a reminder. This is the first shot. So maybe let's give it some follow-ups like we were doing with O3 Mini and see if we can push it a little bit.
Absolutely.
We're giving it some feedback. We're asking it to make the game just again significantly better, but we're focusing specifically on getting a 3D in-world cockpit and also adding enemies, and then because there'll be some combat, some shields, and then we also want to push the visuals.
Continue. All right, we're on 3.
Yeah, that's the third continue.
I'm worried we're going to drop context here, but we'll see.
Ooh.
Do we have success? I just need to press it again. No? Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'm just going to blow the context window.
I see what you're saying, though. Are we saying that, how it kind of,
I think it just lost track. That's my guess.
Yeah, so this sometimes happens when Claude tries to be too agentic and, make a bunch of versions. I mean, you can see we're on version 10 now. It was trying, a bunch of different things, trying to make a bunch of different changes. And so at some point it got lost and deleted a bunch of code and then ended up sort of breaking the whole thing. And so we want to show how the sort of coding abilities of Claude can be at their peak. And so what we're going to do is use GitHub Copilot agent mode with Claude 3.7 Sonnet as the driving model and sort of give it a very similar prompt and see how far it can get. This is sort of the bonus round. Claude already definitely was the king here with its output, its first shot output. And we want to see how far it can go. So we'll get that set up. We're all set up here with Claude 3.7 Sonnet in GitHub Copilot agent mode in VS Code Insiders. We have a very similar prompt that's just adapted to, instead of ask for a simple HTML file, to ask for a more complicated node project, still using 3JS as the sort of 3D runtime. Let's send it off. So we can already see it's telling us to run some commands in terminal. Oh, it's setting up the project structure.
Nice.
Start creating an NPM module.
It's a cool consent model. It's asking you to approve every time it runs a command.
It's building out a project. I'll continue implementing the final component we need for our 3D Asteroids game. I think we're ready to go.
All right. Big moment.
Okay, so to sum up what happened, we sat here for a long time. We sat here for like 30 minutes. I don't know. Maybe 15.
Yeah,
15,
definitely a good half
15
hour.
15 and 30 minutes. A lot of things happened. It built the whole project structure here. It's a node app, which is what we asked for, and there's a sort of componentized structure, both controls, logic, and then some of these like UI components like the HUD. Interested to see what it's got. We're gonna get the final result running. It's already running, but we're gonna get it set up in the browser and sharing to y'all. So we'll be back in a minute, and we're excited to see what happens.
Okay, no cockpit, but
still
a lot going on.
The cockpit is very hard. So we've got some that are rendering as like wireframes. So the wireframe, I guess, is like the tracking thing. It seems to be a little bugged. Okay, and the controls are a little weird, for sure. You can roll, though.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
See that mini-map in the bottom right showing you where all the asteroids are and their size?
Yep. The mini-map is impressive.
It's definitely updating correctly.
The score thing is broken.
Yeah, score is not a number. We're now lit like a Game of Thrones battle scene, but it's okay.
I mean, this is for sure the best.
Yeah.
The best one. This is, again, like, this is from that original prompt. Like, I definitely want to give it, like, a follow-up or two.
Yeah, 100%. That was really impressive.
I simply asked for an in-world 3D cockpit with UI and fix the score. Currently NaN. Also, add enemies in progression. Dude,
wait a minute. We got a cockpit.
It did something. I mean,
it's got a score and a level on it, and shielding, and speed that's going up. Holy cow.
Right?
I'm pretty impressed. I think you're supposed to be in the little ring, but hey, I'll take
you're definitely
this.
supposed to be in the ring, but you can fix alignment. The score went up a lot for that. Okay, I mean, this is pretty impressive.
This is amazing. Yep.
Wait.
Did you just get attacked?
I'm getting hit.
You're getting hit?
From where?
Unclear. Oh, there you go. There's the shots coming in.
That's the enemy. There's a lot of enemies, it seems.
Shields are tanking.
I want to get at least one hit, you know?
You're dying.
I gotta lead it more? Yeah, it's really tough. It's like a...
Claude makes brutally hard asteroid game. Good news is you're immortal. Your shields have been down for quite a bit now. You've been at 0 shields for a while. I mean, this is, yeah.
It's pretty impressive. I mean, you can see how it's like...
Yep.
And this was 2 prompts, right?
Yeah.
So, we're starting to look at, like, a pretty interesting future of games, I think.
100%.
So
wow, very impressive result from Claude, giving it access to a whole code base, releasing it from the restriction of the single file. We got a heck of a result. We finally got a cockpit. Thank goodness. I was thinking the cockpit was never going to come. So Claude definitely the clear winner, whether it was in one-shotting it in the actual chat interface or whether it was within a code base that it set up itself. Really cool to see that. So I think, the rumors about coding agents happening this year seem fully feasible, if nothing else.
Yes. As if you've been watching the channel for a while, you've seen the progression of how much the individual models or the systems built around them can handle in one go, right? Or in multiple goes. And it's rapidly increasing, right? Like, we just built a game with 2 prompts, and in 30 minutes, we built a game with a little bit of a gameplay loop. Not a full gameplay loop, but we could prompt it to get there, right? Maybe one more prompt. And you're starting to see how the iteration time and the speed of sort of human creation is going to increase rapidly. and the iteration time is going to decrease rapidly.
And I think thinking back to the beginning of the video, it goes to show how important the work on top of the base model is, right? 4.5, biggest model out there, but doesn't have that reasoning layered on top of it yet. You see how all that extra work on top really makes a massive difference. Really excited to see what OpenAI comes out with GPT-5. Confusingly named because it will actually have all of the things rolled into one, allegedly, according to Sam on Twitter. But yeah, great stuff. Super cool to play a game that was just made in 30 minutes. I mean, the kid in me is stoked right now.
Same here. So, anyways, I think we have to go so that I can play more of this game and keep making it better. But as always, the artifacts will be in the linked in the description, so you can try the game out for yourself or see the prompt we use and try that out for yourself. And again, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It really helps us out. And if you want to stay notified whenever we upload new videos, as we will be with more tests and more sort of comparisons like this, give us a subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and we'll keep bringing you this kind of content.
Yeah, and let us know what you're liking in the comments. If you want us to go through projects like this and have longer form work where we make a whole game, something like that, let us know. We're super curious to hear.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.